Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's Hillary, the marketing mom. Glad you're able to join me today on this very rainy afternoon here in Trinidad and Tobago. I am Hillary, the marketing mom. I'm a social media digital marketing expert, and I help transform people's online digital space so that they're able to get more results, more conversions, and more sales at the end of the day. I'm also passionate about moms being able to come home and be able to still work, provide an income for their family, but be at home because our kids need us home where we are best able to provide for them and to help them develop. All right. So that's who I am and what we're talking about today. So a lot of people always ask me, when is it time to quit um your job and actually start working on your business full time? All right. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs, whether you're doing an entrepreneur business on the side, part time, you're doing it as a, let's call it a hobby. All right. Let's call it a hobby. Now, nothing wrong with any of that because you have your mortgage to pay, you have maybe school fees to pay, whatever the case may be. You need to know where your income is coming from, right? So, first of all, do not ever feel guilty if you're still working a job and running your business at the same time. Don't ever feel guilty. Okay, that is the one thing that I want. When people tell you, oh, if you want to be in business, you have to go all out. Yes, you do, but going all out may not mean for you quitting your job. Okay, for you may be able to run your business in 3 hours a day. You don't need to quit your 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 to work your business 3 hours a day, because when you come home in an afternoon, you organize, you get dinner, and building a business takes sacrifice. We've talked about that already. All right, it does take some sacrifice, it does take some time to be able to build things up, to ramp things up a little. Okay, so you are going to have to sacrifice maybe the evening dinners every night. You're probably going to have to sacrifice that favorite TV show, and this is something that I want to share really quickly, because when I first got started over 7 years ago, I remember one of the things one of the leaders were talking about is that they didn't have cable. And I looked at him like, you have no life. Right? I was like, you don't watch television. I just thought that was like insane. Now, I'm not a TV person. I wouldn't sit down and watch TV. But I literally had on my schedule Tuesday nights was NCIS and Thursday nights was Big Bang Theory. Okay. And usually the Big Bang Theory, they'd have the rerun before from the week before in case you miss it. And then this week's show, right? So that would be an hour of TV on Thursday and an hour. And it was on my calendar. I kid you not, the same way right now on my calendar is family time. 7 years ago on my calendar was NCIS on a Tuesday night. Okay. You could not get me on anything. Jump into my business. I know that may sound funny to some people. Jump into my business, and I was like looking for an extra 2 hours a week. And I was just like, but I have no time. Where am I going to find this time? And then I saw on my calendar NCIS, and I was just like, the people at NCIS are already making their millions. So how about I take that hour that I'm sitting down on my butt watching the people make the millions, and how about if I go and start making my own? All right. So basically, you could find time. All right. And I'm not the part time expert. That's Dr. Bob Clark. All right. But I'm not the part time expert. But the reality is, you do have pockets of time in your day that you can work your business. Now, the question is, when do you put aside your job and start focusing 100% on your business and your development? And that boils down to your ability to focus and your ability of where can you give your all. Because the reality is, when you're giving your all to a job, you are not giving your all to your business, regardless of whatever pockets of time you're finding in the day to work your business. Okay. So I like to say that you give it your all when you're quote unquote ready. There is going to be a gut feeling. There is going to be a balancing act when you're just feeling like, look, I cannot do much more, right? When you can't create any more time out of your day, then it's time to weigh what you're going to spend your time on. when there really is no more time, when you've cut out all the television, when you've cut out the lineman on Friday night, when you've cut out um the I don't know, and I'm not saying you cut out all life, but when you've cut out a lot of the frivolous things that you do, television is the biggest piece. If you're using all of your TV watching time into building your business and you still don't have time, all right, because you don't want to cut into family time, you don't want to cut into the time for your kids, right? But when you have gotten all the extra time where you used to waste time, or what you call downtime, now it's time to think about, okay, can I work part-time now? Can I work on my job? Can I get a part-time gig with my job and get some more hours onto my business? And if that's not possible, then you have to decide if this business is what you really want. Because when it comes to full time, you're going to be working more hours. When you go full time in your business, what ends up happening is that you end up working more hours than you would have at a job. All right. You would end up working more hours than you would at a job. So you're not really replacing the time. You're kind of replacing and adding on more. Because now that you have full time to work on your business, you realize all the things that you've been leaving undone. And now you're trying to work on all of that. All right. And the reality is, tomorrow with Deb and Hillary, you're going to be hearing a little bit more about how sometimes we could complicate our process. Okay. So we don't want to complicate our process. But what we want to make sure is that when your time can no longer allow you, when your job, the time that you spend on your job no longer allows you the time to be able to work on your business, that's when you have to do a super router. And now the thing is, because you're trying to replace that income, you got to work double time. And this is why a lot of people, they work feverishly while working their job in order to at least meet the income. And once they've met the same level of income, then they say, okay, bye-bye job, right? Now, if you're in a dual household, then, maybe you don't have to make those tough decisions. Your husband is bringing in some income that keeps the family steady. Then you're able to say, okay, bye-bye job, and you quit your job, and then you start working on your business feverishly to bring your income level back up. And trust me, depending on your income level, it doesn't have to take that long if you're doing it full time, all right? A lot of the times it takes longer if you're doing it part-time. I'll just be frank with you. Building a business does take longer if it's part-time, but it's not that it can't be done. If you want to quickly work at it, you gotta bite the bullet. I mean, it is called biting the bullet. Yeah, you just gotta do it, right? But again, I'm not saying go out there and become unemployed. I'm not saying go out there and you're not going to put your children out in the street because you decided to get into a business. No, you're not doing that. What you're doing is building yourself up, working to replace, all right? And if you already have the outside support, whether it's from a husband, spouse, husband or parents or whatever the case may be, then okay, fine. You could take that leap a little faster than others, all right? And that's important, okay? You got to make sensible decisions when it comes to going full time in your business, all right? So have a great day, have a great Monday. Go out there and start doing some things in your business. Tomorrow with Deb and Hillary, we're going to be talking about a couple of things on how we complicate business. We just make things crazy for ourselves as entrepreneurs, all right? And if you are that type of entrepreneur that you're a perfectionist, you definitely want to stay tuned for tomorrow's live. Okay, so see you at 12:30. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.